Yeah, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Hello. Thanks for being here. So we have our coffee talk today. With me is John. John is with New Hanover County Veteran Services, and he's going to talk with you about some different benefits and stuff that is available to you. Okay.
Good morning. As you say, my name is John. I work with Veteran Services. How many veterans do we have in the room this morning? We got any widows in the room? Surviving spouses? Okay. All right. Great. Well, even if you're not a veteran, this information is going to be great for you because now I'm going to educate you on some things that you can go back and talk to your neighbors and your friends about. And they're going to ask you, were you in the service? I'll say no, but I know this information. So you'll be a great help to them. Again, my name is John. I was in the Air Force. And as the gentleman over here, he's a combat medic in the Army. He calls a bus driver because of our hats. So I told him I would accept that from an Army veteran. So I was in the Air Force. And I spent 25 years in there and retired. Now my job is to go out and talk to veterans and help them get their benefits. Like I said, you may not be in the military or served in the military, but you may have a neighbor, you may have a friend, you may have a relative, you may know someone that served in the military. I was talking to a young lady over there earlier, and she said she has nieces and nephews and uncles that are served in the military. And the information I'm going to give you today basically will allow you to go back and tell them how to contact VA or Department of Veteran Affairs and get some of their benefits. Because what the VA does, or let me tell you what I do first of all. When an individual goes in the military, of course they do all this running, jumping, rolling. Myself, I was in the Air Force, I didn't do all that stuff, you know. We just walked out on the flight line, fixed the aircraft, and let them go. In the Army and the Marines, now the first thing they do in the morning is they run them about 4 or 5 miles. I guess they have to make sure that they're worthy of their breakfast. So they run them before breakfast, then they then they go in, they eat their breakfast, and then they run them some more. That's why I joined the Air Force. But when you go in the military, all that physical activity basically can wear out your joints and cause injuries. So what I do is I do all the paperwork for these veterans and also for surviving spouses and their family members so that they're to send back to the VA so that they can get the money and the benefits that they're entitled to because of all the things that happen to them in service. Now, there's so many benefits. I don't want to go into all of them today, and I don't want to go into great detail. But what I do want to tell you is, if you do have someone that you know is in the military, first question you should ask them is, are you getting any benefits from the Department of Veteran Affairs? Or are you getting any benefits from the VA? If the answer to that question is no, then you tell them, I met this handsome young man when I was down there at the senior center, and he was telling us about veterans benefits, and you should give him a call so that he can explore and help you get your benefits. So you can leave out the handsome part, but at least tell them, you know, you met this gentleman down here at the senior center that they be able to help you. So that's what I'm here today to kind of enlighten you on, to give you some information. We're located over at 1650 Greenfield Street in the new Health and Human Services building. We're located in that new beautiful building over there. And we are there from Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And we're glad to assist any veteran that comes to our office. We ask that they call us and make an appointment, or we do take walk-ins. Basically, veterans benefits, a couple of benefits that someone may be interested in. First of all, is there anyone in here that doesn't like money? Doesn't like money? Okay, I don't see any hands, so that's one of the first benefits. When individuals were injured or have some type of issue that was caused by service or while they were in service, there's the potential. And I always say potential because we're dealing with the federal government and we're dealing with funds and things like that. So I say there's the potential for them to get paid for those benefits. So they come to us, we fill out the paperwork, we send it into the VA, and what they do is then they send them for examinations and things like that, and they can possibly pay it. Now, I know that the money is great, but what I like to tell most veterans is the major benefit that they should be trying to get is healthcare. And I'm pretty sure you all deal with all the healthcare costs and the paperwork involved and all that type of thing. Well, that's my job. My job is to do all that paperwork for them and try to get them into the healthcare system. Now, the VA has its own healthcare system. And if they have a primary care doctor or they have civilian doctors already established, that's fine. They can keep their doctors. But I encourage them to come to the VA, come to me and see if we can get them into the VA healthcare system. Because here's the thing. What if you need special care in the home and you need a nurse to come in, or you have some medications that's costing a lot? Just a number of things that may not be covered by your current health insurance. But veterans have that special advantage because then they can come to the VA and possibly get those medicines at a discount. They can get medical devices such as wheelchairs, walking canes, just a number of things. They can get assistance in the home, but they need to come in and sign up and get registered in the system. And that's why I'm here today. When you see them, you ask them if they're getting any VA benefits or if they're in the VA healthcare system. If they say no, you tell them you need to get down there to that office right now and sign up. Because here's what happens. If you try to get it on an emergency basis when you need it right now, understand that the system itself has a lot of paperwork and there's a lot of eligibility requirements, and it doesn't necessarily move as fast as we would want in an emergency situation. So if we do it now ahead of time and we're already signed up, when we need it, all we have to do is pick up the telephone or walk in the office and say, this is what I need. I was in the military. Now I want to explore my service, what I can get from the VA. So that's what you should tell your neighbors and friends and family. Come to the VA. I have some cards here today, and it has our phone number and our office hours on it. And you can take one of those and give it to them when they say, well, who should I contact? And you can tell them, well, I have this card. Call these individuals. We'll be glad to talk to them on the phone and discuss their situations, because everyone's situation is different. Everyone is different. No two people are alike. So that is what we do. Now, I want to take a quick break and ask a question. Since today is the 29th of July, correct? Yeah. Who is the 29th president of the United States? While you're thinking about that, I'll continue talking. See, I just trying to get you to thinking about some things here. So, okay. I was talking about the monetary benefits from the VA. Basically, what happens there is, I was in the Air Force, and if something happened to me, I went to the doctor and I got it written down, and it's in my medical records. So now, if I start having issues with those particular issues, I just go to the VA and say, hey, you know, this happened in the military, can you treat me for it? If it's bad enough, I can go to the VA and say, when I came in the military, I wasn't hurting, and now I am. So is there any monetary benefit? Maybe I can get paid for my injuries. So that's how that particular system works. And then once you get that written down on paper, the VA will take care of you for the rest of your life for those issues. So it's a great benefit. If anybody want to sign up, I know I've given a great pitch for the VA and the military. if you want to sign up for the military, it's not too late. So now's your chance. While I'm here, we can sign you up and you can go in. I was talking to the gentleman over here. He was a combat medic, and his job basically was on the battlefield when someone gets hurt. It's his job to go in there and take care of them and get them out of the area and provide medical services for them. So I was talking to him and I said, well, we still do that now. You know, the VA is here to take care of those injuries that our soldiers have endured either in combat or during peacetime. I'll tell you a quick story. Like I said, I was in the Air Force and I worked on the flight line. So I walked all day up and down the flight line, carrying heavy boots on concrete, climbing up and down stairs and things. I said I made pilots look good because they take our aircraft out, they break them, bring them back, we fix them. They go out and get glory flying around doing great things, but nobody ever thinks about us maintenance guys. But one day I'm out on the flight line and I walk up to this pilot and I said, well, sir, what's wrong with your aircraft? And he said, well, my radios isn't working, and I'm the radio guy. So I said, okay, so what seems to be the problem? He said, well, when I hit this microphone button right here, you know, I talk, but I can't hear anything. And, you know, being the smart aleck that I am, I said, well, maybe it's not the aircraft components. Maybe it's the component between the ears of that headset. And before I thought about it, I had just called him, you know, not so bright. So he looks at me and I said, well, I guess I better go ahead and fix these radios. And he said, yeah, because, you know, the components between these headsets is about to take that rank off your shoulder. But I got through that one and I was able to go on for another 20 years and retire. I learned real quick. You know, go out, do my job, and keep my big mouth shut. So that's basically how I made good a service. I kept my head down, kept my mouth shut, and I done my job. But now I'm here to help other veterans get their benefits, and it's my passion to help them because my personal story is my father was a veteran of World War II. He actually served right after the war in Germany. And all his life he complained about his feet hurting and his back, things like that. But he never got any VA benefits, and we didn't know. We didn't know that he may be eligible for health care from the VA. And he just kind of went along in life and things. So then when I got out of service and found out about everything the VA could do for veterans, I was really surprised. And I said, you know, if it's up to me, there'll never be another veteran that goes around in pain or goes around with a lack of health care if I can help it. And that is my passion, to help every veteran that I meet get the services and the benefits that they have duly deserved due to their military service. So when you go back out into your communities and you find someone that's a veteran, you ask them that question. What's the question you're gonna ask them? It's another test question, since nobody can tell me about the president. So you didn't know there was gonna be a test today, did you? That's right. Have you served in the military? Are you getting any benefits? Ask them that question. And if they say that they aren't, give them one of my cards and tell them to call me. And we're gonna do everything we can to help them out. And even if they are getting benefits, please tell them to call me anyway. We will explore to make sure they're taking full advantage of everything that the VA offers. So I've talked enough, I've rambled on enough. As you can see, I love to talk. But I want to know if there's any questions in here, especially from the combat medic over there that called me a bus driver. He, like I said, I'll take that from the combat medic. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good question. Do you take care of widows' benefits? Yes, we do. What we do is if a service member, if a veteran was in the service and they pass away, there may be benefits for their spouses. And I keep it generic like that because we do have female veterans and their spouses may be male. So, but yes, we do. And it's a matter of calling and we do the paperwork, we look at all the information and we see if they're entitled to any benefits. Now, for spouses or widows, the benefit that they can get is all monetary, so it's all money. VA doesn't provide the health care for the widows or the dependents, but they do provide extra money for them to assist them in whatever they may need. So yes, ma'am. Great question. Yes, ma'am.
My daughter has been in over 20 years. When that the manager came, they were all, you know, I like over they know. But when you get them back home, they real fast from the other. But that's 5 years. So,
The question was, daughter in the military and she's having problems with something on her head. Well, what she can do is she can call us, and what we will do is we will fill out all the paperwork and get all the medical evidence, and we'll send it to the VA. And if the VA decides that that condition is related to service, and it sounds like she's in service, so it would be related, then what they will do is they'll do the eligibility information and possibly give her the monetary benefit and then take care of that particular issue at the VA facilities for the rest of her life. So, and if she gets a big check, say, hey, you know, I brought this up, and here's the information, you know, slide me a little bit of something, it won't hurt. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Well, that's good. That's good. She'll share it with you. Great. Yes. Yes. The question was the spouses or the widows continue staying until they pass away. Yes. Once they get approved, it continues until they pass away. So the same with veterans. Once they get their benefits, it continues until they pass away. It's a monthly amount. Yes. Any other questions? Did anybody ever come up with the 29th president? I take guesses. 29th president of the United States. Okay, so let's make it a little easier. Close. A little bit further back. Just a little bit further back. Yeah. And I will be honest. The only way I know is.
Yes, ma'am. Wow. I don't know. I thought about the Federal Reserve and how he signed it, the Federal Reserve, and he said, I have ruined my country.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do today. I'm ashamed to say I'm regifting, but I received this wonderful bag that says all the essentials. And inside here is a couple of things that you can have. So here's a little bag. So, great. Yeah. All right. I see another veteran came in. I talked to the gentleman early, Vietnam veteran. He said he was stationed in Germany during Vietnam. So I want to thank him for his service. And I told him that later on I'm going to get with him to make sure he's getting all his benefits. So I want to thank you guys for listening to me today and giving your time. I really appreciate being able to be here in front of you. And if any of you have any questions here, yes, ma'am.
We have one online. Miss
Okay.
Barbara, what's your question?
Who was the 29th president?
Woodrow Wilson.
Okay, Woodrow Wilson, good.
Good question.
Good question. All right. So I'm gonna hang out for a few minutes after this. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I don't want to interfere with meal services or anything like that because, you know, I know how I am when it gets close to meal time. So please feel free. I'll be around here in the area and we'll take your questions. All right. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure being here, guys. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for joining. I see your Mr. George is on as well, but I don't know where he went. How are you doing, Miss Barbara? Oh, you're still muted.
Okay, he was on a minute and then he got up and.
I saw that. I
And I hope,
wonder what he's doing. Yeah, it looks like he hasn't ever added his video sound, so I'm not too sure. Well,
but
good.
he's not even sitting in his chair. I hope
I
everything's
know.
all right.
I know. Well, if you have any questions for John, or if you know anybody that was in the military and would benefit from reaching out to him or anybody at the Veteran Service Office, let me know and I can get you their contact information. It's a really great resource to have, especially if somebody's, saying like, hey, like I really think I could be getting something, and now you have the answer to provide. So it's good to see you. I hope Mr. George is all right.
I do
But
too.
we'll make it a short one this week again, and we will have one next week as well. So we'll do it again next week, and I'll have the bingo date for August for you next week as well too. And your
Okay.
prizes are at the front desk.
I'll be out there tomorrow.
Wonderful. Alrighty. Well, they're there for you waiting. So if you need anything, as always, give me a call. Okay.
All right. Take
Good to
care.
see you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.